Hello! My name's Mark IV. I'm a product and lifestyle photographer based here in Oakland, California, and today I'm here to talk to you about product photography. More specifically, watch photography. Even more specifically, how to add depth and more atmosphere to your product photos. We're going to take it from here to here. I got a prop watch in my prop box, say that 3 times fast, and we're going to be photographing that today. First, let me bring you through how I composed and lit the shot. Okay, the first light I'm going to show you is the Profoto D2 1000 watts second. This thing is on about 8.5 power. It's put into a reflector cone, which has a 10-degree grid on it, which also has a 1/4 CTB gel on it that, when aimed, it's going to go right up into this white card right here, held on by a super clamp and a A-clamp put together, nothing fancy. And the motivation for this light is almost like a moonlight. And when it comes through, it gives a nice kind of even glow, and it's beautiful. It looks something like this. This next light I'm very excited to show you because it has my baby on it, the Profoto Pro Box. This little modifier is, here, let me show you. This modifier right here, they're made to order from Sweden, and it gives you perfect edge to edge lighting within this little box. And this entire contraption is just specifically for dilating in your specular highlights. Finally, we'll call it the key light. Maybe it was the key light, I'm not sure, but it lights the face of the watch. It's another Profoto D2. It's 1000 watt second again, but this one was on pretty darn low power, I think about 3.5. It's also going through a reflector cone on 20-degree grid, and this is what I shot it through, which is a piece of translum cut and then just kind of mounted on this scrim gem right here. And then I put it up like this, right over the top. Yeah. Sometimes I like making my life difficult for myself, but it lit the watch beautifully. It just made it kind of a pain in the butt to do any focus stacking while trying to do this. Assistants are very necessary for a lot of product shoots. And it's just me, but I had a good time, and I think the shot turned out good. So there you have it, a 3-light setup. I was using the Canon R5 with a 2470 on it. I started off with the 100mm, but I realized I just didn't want that level of compression on the image. I wanted a little bit more atmosphere, so I used that lens instead. So this is what it looks like when all the lights are combined, and it's been cleaned up a little bit in Photoshop. We did some dust and scratch removal, and also a photo stack composite to put the trees back in focus here. I wanted to talk to you about adding depth to your photos. And by that I mean having a foreground, a midground, and a background. It's a very simple composition technique, but it adds a lot of depth. This photo is okay, but there is quite the black void back here. It's not really that depthy. I don't think this photo is bad by itself, but it does have a lot more potential in post. That's why I'm excited to show you about this next part of the video. It's a plugin from Boris FX. It's called Optics. I literally just started playing around with this about a week or 2 ago, but what it can do is pretty game-changing in terms of adding special effects easily and effectively. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is copy your layer and then convert that layer to a smart object. This ensures that you always have a fresh copy without any Boris effects on it. From there, go up to Filters and down to the last tab and hit Optics. All right, the first thing I want to do is in the light panel here. And that is add the Aurora Borealis. Look how modular this thing is. You can just drag any shape you want. But the beauty of the things that come through and how modular this whole thing is in the properties panel. You can change the colors, you can change how streaky it is, how bright you want it to be. The level of control that you have on each individual effect is pretty much unlimited. If you can dream it, you can do it. I'm going to be sticking with the standard colors on this one, but you can change it to any of the branding colors or any company colors that you would ever want. It's pretty great. Next, we're going to add another layer because I want some stars in that Aurora. And I'm going to add a quick easy mask right now. This tool alone, the easy mask tool, I highly suggest you just download Boris and do a trial to see for yourself. I'm going to be using it like a caveman in this example, but this tool can create fast, precise cutouts for any masking you might need in a minimal amount of time. I am so thoroughly impressed with Easy Mask. So go and try it out for yourself. And like everything in optics, the power to customize relies on the property panel. You can choose where the stars are going to align, how bright you want them. I don't know if they simulated the whole galaxy in here or what, but you're not going to run out of options. I highly suggest just downloading a trial and playing around with it. That looks pretty good right there. Let's add another layer and add bling to our bling. One thing Photoshop does not do well, lens flares. One thing optics excels at, lens flares. Check it out. You can go full J.J. Abrams if you want, and they all look gorgeous. Chances are if you're downloading random lens flares offline, they were rendered by Sapphire, which is owned by Boris as well, and they added that part of the suite back into this program, so you have so many lens flares to choose from. The same ones that were in The Mandalorian, man. All right, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna add one more color grade to the bottom, and I'm gonna look for something blue here, just to kind of give it that icy, we're in the north feel. Looks pretty good. Just turn down the opacity a little bit, just kind of, unify it all together. All right, just add another mask real fast because I just don't like the way the grade is affecting the watch face that much. It's very minimal, but I want to keep it pure white. And when you think you got it, you just hit that gear on the top left corner and it'll render out back to Photoshop as a smart filter. So there you have it, folks. Saves as a smart filter, completely non-destructive, but let's say you weren't totally satisfied the way you rendered it in optics, you just double click on it and it will relaunch Boris right there with all your settings still intact for you to play around with. Well, there you have it, everybody. I hope you learned a little something about product photography, how to add depth, how to use a cool program. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. I need it, I want it. Hope you have a great day. Bye.